the Casa Italia Library Players, or maybe I've got that name wrong, they've been at work for the last year planning this dramatic production. And it's filled with many literary references for all of you book readers out there. There might be a little bit of Shakespeare. There might be a little bit of British history and Roman history. And all of this was penned by our author and producer and director and caterer for the production, Terry Quilico. Terry's been doing a lot these days. He and Barbara worked on the exhibit that's upstairs. We just opened it a week ago or two, and now he's directing this play, and you saw it here first, and we're not charging you any extra. Here they are, Terry Quilico and his inimitable group.
Friends, Romans, freemen, lend me your ears. I, Marcus Fabius Quintilianus, your herald, bring you news of the day, hot off the Aptoderna papyrus. Anna Perenna begins today on the Ides. Temples will be shut and no weddings celebrated. Public festivals will begin at the 5th hour in the circus. Wines will be provided by the Capitoline Brotherhood of Men, and cakes by the Guild of Milliners, who use only the finest ingredients to make true Roman bread, or true Romans. Applications are now being accepted for new Vestal virgins at the temple. As virgins are in short supply, all women who apply, regardless of previous experience, will be considered for the open position. The weather will be hot and dusty today due to winds off from Africa, and slaves should protect their masters from the heat of the sun. Gaius Julius Caesar, our dictator perpetuo, remains abed at his home, the Horti Caesaris, but he will appear at the Senate for a conference with Marcus Junius Brutus later today. Now we go to the house of Caesar, the Horti Caesaris, on the banks of the Tiber at dawn.
O great Gaius, O Emperor Perpetua, O highest of most generals, arise from your bed. The day is fleeting. Gaius Julius, get up!
Oh, Calpurnia, I dreamt I was at least in fields amongst the gods.
More like you were dreaming of that Egyptian strumpet going down the Nile in her barge.
No, no, sweet Calpurnia, you mistake me for Marcus Aurelius Antonius. It was he who...
Don't make an ass of yourself, Jules. You even entertained her in this house. Her amorous hieroglyphs are scratched on all our walls. At any rate, I have nothing for your integument. I ate everything in the house, so you must go to market if you want to eat.
You ate everything? My love, are you in the family way?
Ha! As if. I've made a list.
What? I am the emperor. I don't shop. I'm not running around to all and sundry shops. Where are the servants and the slaves?
It's the Ides. They have the day off, and you will only have to go to one market. The merchant, Antonius Caputo, has opened a Magnus Mercato, where you can get all.
Acta alias. The die is cast.
The great Caesar departs his house without the Praetorian Guard to do his shopping.
Beware of the Ides of March.
What? I have no denarii. Go beg elsewhere.
Beware of the Ides of March.
Vibes of March? Oh, the Ides of March, you silly ass. That's today. I know my Julian calendar. After all, I invented it. And as it is already here, why should I be wary of it? Be gone. Wait, good citizen. I'm lost. Do you know the markets?
Do I know them? They're supposed to feed me every day. You have a name?
See here. Well, I forgot the name, but here's the address. Espiri, do it all.
There will be Antonius C. Go straight past the Forum, left to the Basilica Julia, and the corner of Via Espiri and Via Liberatica. He has a very thermopolium if you want something fast. So now, I want some dinner for my trouble.
I take it you are not married, citizen, because if you were, you would know that my wife holds all the purse strings.
Caesar enters the market.
Salve, merchant. I will have...
Salve yourself. Are you blind as well as ignorant? Do you not see that someone is before you? The order for Spartacus is ready. Spartacus, where are you?
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
Oh, so you are all Spartacus. A fine joke. This order will now go to Romulus and Remus, because I am sure they will be walking in the door. Now, what would you like?
I have a list. Legumes, leeks, cuttlefish. Veni, vidi, vino. Beer. Beer is a mighty fine liquor.
Are you having this here or taking it with you?
Do you think I'm a glutton or a pack horse? No, I would like it delivered to my house in time for my dear wife to prepare a prandium.
Well, it will be some time, citizen. My runner tells me that my Urbi Uber Express delivery cart is stuck out on the Via Appia Antica because of the holiday bread and circuses, and most of the 10th Legion blocking the Strada are heckling the Vestal Virgin applicants as they make their way into the temple of Castor and Pollux. But give me your address and I'll see what I can do.
It's at Horti Cesaris on the banks of the Tiber.
The Horti. Hold on. What did I do to the gods to have this kind of day?
Eh?
That's right, you're Caesar, eh? You don't look anything like the face on the coin. Is this all Fool's Day? First I get a shop of Spartaci, and now I get Gaius Julius Caesar doing his own bloody shopping. Tell me, O Imperator, where is your Praetorian Guard?
I suspect that they're hanging out at the temple of Castor and Pollux with the 10th Legion.
Is that so? Well, you can go and hang out there with them. Get out of my shop before I set the dogs on you, you prankster.
Caesar exits post haste. Caesar listlessly walks around the Capitoline Hill.
What am I to do? Calpurnia will unleash the furies of Hades when I get home without our provisions. I, the master of Rome, the conqueror of all Roman enemies, bested by a shopkeeper.
How now, Gaius? Are you out examining your real estate or just taking the air so far away from your happy home?
Salve, Anthony.
Gaius, you look worried. What weighs heavy on your mind?
It is a trifle. Calpurnia sent me on an errand that I did not fulfill, and I fear when I return home, her full wrath will descend upon me. I tell you, my general, that facing the blue men of Britain, the Gallic tribes and the Germanic hordes was nothing compared to this terror.
I would have thought that matters of state would trouble you more. My spies tell me that Senators Brutus, Cassius, and Decimus plot against you and may act today.
What is the saying? Gallia est omnis divisa in partes tres. I have faced mightier foes on the fields of Mars than those 3 weak men.
Imparting my commander, please heed my words and bind guards close to you this day.
Caesar now traverses Palatine Hill.
Oh, now, Caesar, is that you?
Salve, Senator Brutus. It is I.
You sojourn about, unattended and unguarded?
Should I be afraid in my own city when I conquered enemies in all the far-flung corners of the empire?
By no means, my imperator. I only care for your safety.
But your words of late are filled with scorn both of my position and my policy.
Differences of opinion cannot affect my love for you. I am simply echoing the will of the Roman people for the preservation of the Republic. But I must ask you, why did you cross the Rubicon with your legion? Is that not an act of war against the people of Rome?
I, as a Roman, cannot make war on myself. As for crossing of that stream, it was an error of my GPS.
GPS?
Yes, Gracchus Perseus Solemnus, my neck reader. It was holding it wrong side up.
A most lamentable mistake. We will meet later at the theater of Rome, and all will be resolved.
Caesar returns home to the Horti Caesarus.
Oh, turtle dove, sweet Calpurnia, I'm home.
Well, you certainly took your time. I presume our provisions are on their way. It's a good thing our larder is bare. We don't have enough to entertain anyone.
That's nice. An evening alone together is what I crave. Oh, what a day I've had. It began badly with the soothsayer's dire warning about the Ides. I had a terrible time with the merchant at the market, and met Brutus, who of late gives me the creeps.
Ah, I was meaning to speak to you about that.
Oh, about what?
Well, I didn't tell you about my dream because I wanted you out of the house so I could have some me time. I had a terrible nightmare filled with bloody images, and it left me with a premonition of dread for the day and your visit to the Senate.
Oh, really? Well, I just might stay home. I didn't realize how much these wifely duties wears a fellow down. Truly, the campaign against Pompey was much less tiring.
Good, that's settled. Stay home and we will have a lovely cena and amuse ourselves.
But I am never one to shirk my duty, and besides, our food will not be coming. So I will have a light snack in the break room at the Senate. As my saying goes, a coward dies 1,000 times, a brave man only once. Chillax, dearest Cal. Don't say a word, I am off.
Caesar arrives at the steps of the theater of Pompey outside the Senate.
Ah. I see. You are all closely gathered around me. This will make our discourse more intimate. Before we begin our proceedings, let me say this to you. Many of you wish me dead. Many of you perhaps still do. I hold no grudges and seek no revenge. I demand only this, that you join with me in building a new Rome, a Rome that offers justice, peace, and land to all citizens, not just the privileged few. Support me in this task, and old divisions will be forgotten. Oppose me, and Rome will not forgive you a second time. Senators, the war is over.
Master Italian players, Florence, Sleeping Martello, Anna, Clint, Gil, and Vincenzo. Thank you.